Do you or your students struggle with fluid ounce to metric conversions? By the end of this video, you'll learn how to draw a simple chart that'll make converting fluid freedom units to metric a breeze. And with a little bit of practice, you'll be converting ounces, teaspoons, and tablespoons into milliliters in no time.
Today we begin our series on the American math freedom units. We're going to concentrate on the ounce so we can make sense of the imperial system. First thing I want to introduce you to is this chart right here. Now, the metric system doesn't have a direct equivalent between the quantities you see here, but there's a rounding system that's often used, especially in the medical industry. So we're going to go through that system so we can become more intimately aware of the BITRIC system, which we call our system here in America, and the metric system. So we're going to start off with 1 ounce. 1 ounce is the equivalent of 30 milliliters. Now, this is a lot when you're looking at the chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to first draw out our chart so that we can better understand the milliliter and the BITRIC 1 ounce ratio. And one of the first things we want to do, and I think this will help anyone who's learning how to convert here, especially here in America, converting ounces into milliliters. The first thing you want to do to really simplify things and get a good understanding is you want to draw this chart out. Now the chart is very easy to draw out. All you have to do is draw 7 lines. Then what you want to do is you want to divide that line in two. And you want to put BITRIC to the left and metric to the right. And then up here on the top line, you want to put 1 ounce. And over here on this top line, you put 30 milliliters because that's about the equivalent. It's not the exact amount, but it's what's commonly used, the surrounding system that's commonly used in the medical industry for convenience. So after you have 1 ounce up here, you want to come down 1, 2, 3 spaces, and then that's where you'll have a half an ounce, which is very important. Then on this side, you're going to have 5 milliliters being your smallest section. And 5 milliliters is equivalent to 1 teaspoon. Okay. And then as we go up, we go by increments of 5. So the next increment up would be 10 milliliters. Then we have 15 milliliters, which is equivalent to half an ounce. Then we have 20 milliliters, 25 milliliters, and then finally we have about 30 milliliters. So now we can see the correspondence between the metric system and the BITRIC system as it's applied in everyday use. So one teaspoon is equivalent to 5 milliliters. 2 teaspoons is equivalent to 10 milliliters. And 3 teaspoons. We have 1, 2, 3 teaspoons which is also equivalent to 1 tablespoon. So half an ounce is the same as 1 tablespoon. And then we have 4 teaspoons, which is equivalent to 20 milliliters. 5 teaspoons, which is equivalent to 25 milliliters. And then finally, we have 2 tablespoons, which is the same as 6 teaspoons, which is the total of 1 ounce. So 6 teaspoons is the equivalent of 2 tablespoons, which is the equivalent of 1 ounce. Then you have the corresponding milliliters to the right, which helps you learn the metric system as it converts into the BITRIC system and back and forth. My suggestion is to just practice this chart and this diagram, write it down a couple of times, and then when it's time to solve certain equations, all you have to do is draw this chart, which makes it easier for you to understand, and then do the equation. We'll follow this video up with a video on how to do more equations using the BITRIC 6-part chart. And we look forward to having fun with that with you soon. Happy learning.
Whether you live in or outside of the United States, this BITRIC 6-part chart will give you the best of both worlds. Happy learning.